Welcome to Sunday Conversation. We're here with Tom Penner. Tom's the CEO of Charbroil, just got named in the last couple of months. Thanks for having us out to your I'll come to a Sunday Conversation with you any day.
Okay.
When this is the time. Tell me what we're looking at here.
We're glad to have you here. And this is the Oklahoma Joe's Firecraft series. It's a new product that we've just brought out on the market. It's all about over the fire, authentic style cooking. You can see how you can swing the arms and be cooking over a live fire. You can smoke, you can broil, you can sear, you can do anything you want to do with a family or gathering. So you have a great cookout, and it's fun to do. You can see that right away.
And I'm a charcoal guy for the most part. All I see is you can eat, man. That's my kind of cooking too. You've been CEO here now for a couple months. How do you like being in Columbus? How do you like Charbroil, and how do you like this company?
All three things are fantastic. Chuck, I would say, first of all, surprised about Columbus. Hadn't spent much time here, but when I came for the first time and now being here for over a year, it's a great community. There's a lot to do. Outdoor activities, there's the opera, there are community events downtown, and it's a nice sized town. Previously, I lived in Philadelphia, lots of traffic. Don't have that issue here. You get around easily. People are friendly. It's a great town to be in. And then the company is fantastic. I mean, we have a lot of fun cooking together, but more importantly, everyone is passionate about getting close to the consumer and trying to do the right thing and bring great products to market.
What is your background? I mean, you came here from Philly. What's your background?
So I've worked in a range of private companies, from family owned to private equity. Really have experienced the marketing and the general management side of the business, and it's always been close to innovation and transformations of business. So this is another example to come to an iconic American brand like Charbroil that's been around 75 years, and I think we'll talk a little bit about the history and just an opportunity to be around some great products and some great people.
Well, let's go inside and start talking about that history, because there's some things I want to ask you in this, and as you transition into a CEO's position, what's your philosophy as a CEO?
It's really important, especially in a business that has been successful for as long as Charbroil, over 75 years, that the first thing is you have to understand why it was successful. You have to understand what makes the company tick. And for me, I've been fortunate to be here almost 2 years. I've been fortunate to now have the time to understand the people and start to focus around our vision. And our vision is all around innovation and bringing amazing experiences to the workplace every day.
Tom, we were talking about the history out there just a second ago. The history is reflected in this hallway, a lot of the history of Charbroil in the 75 years.
Yeah.
Does that come with a responsibility as a CEO, knowing you got 75 years of history to protect here?
I think, Chuck, it brings both things, right? One is the awesome responsibility for a company that, going back to 1948, when they developed the first charcoal grill and really had 75 years of innovation, to keep up that legacy. The other side is obviously it brings the strength of an organization and the W.C. Bradley backing that says we're going to be here for another 75 years. So I'm both really humbled by the background and also excited about what we're doing going forward.
And you've got a brand that has, and I can just tell you, I'll just on a personal note, my dad was a Charbroil cooker for many years. I have 3 Charbroil grills at home. It's a brand that, particularly in this part of the country, if you've used Charbroil, your kids are going to use Charbroil in a lot of ways. Is that helpful in a marketing standpoint when you're trying to sell?
Absolutely. I mean, Charbroil has been known for a long time for quality, and we have the second highest awareness of any brand in the category. And with that comes a lot of respect from both retailers and from consumers. So they're going to trust us when we bring a product to market. But again, Chuck, it's almost like the history. We also have to live up to that standard and really bring great products to market as well.
For sure, there's no doubt about that. I see the Oklahoma Joe smokers. That's my favorite grill. I've got an Oklahoma Joe. Love it.
Love it. Great product.
Well, let's go inside and talk a little bit about the business, if you're okay with that.
Well, I'm great.
Well, we'll sit down now for the formal part of the interview. It's a lot more fun out there with the grill, but the food. Tom, we're at the Belfast Avenue plant that Charbroil has. What do y'all do here?
Yeah, we have 2 central functions that happen here. First, our innovation happens here. We have designers, engineers, product managers that are developing our products. We saw some of those out on the patio. People will be buying those this year, helping us drive the business. The other side is our warehouse. So we bring in product, containers full, Grills are big items. We bring them in here and then we distribute them throughout the United States. So we do have a mix of warehouse and, if you will, innovation
And
on site.
different retailers that will carry your grills, right? I mean, it could
Correct.
be big boxes down to, who are some of your retailers?
Yeah, we call on the big customers, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart. We also go to a lot of smaller and farm and fleet type of stores, and we're nationwide, and we've always been based on wide distribution because our products are affordable and they're really high quality. So we tend to get very wide distribution in the United States.
You know, you don't think about grills and innovation, but you've got to be thinking about the next best thing constantly, right? Innovation's a huge part of what you do, right?
Right. In fact, it's the most important thing we're doing right now. The market has changed a lot. The consumers are cooking different foods. They're trying new things. They want to try new styles. You have pellets, you have griddles, you have gas grills. Now you saw some of our electric grills. There's a lot of range of products, and the consumer's changing, and our retailers are also changing what they want to offer. So it's constantly being ahead of the curve, understanding where the consumer's going, and then trying to get the right product to them.
In your 75-year history, the consumer's changed a lot. Used to, it was the guy who gave the wife a break from cooking one night or something on the grill. Now, grills, a lot of families, grills are important in their home cooking arsenal, I guess, for lack of a better term, right? I mean, that's one of the ways that consumers have changed, right?
Right, trying new foods, trying breakfast out on the grill, trying to do barbecue, doing long cooks, a wide range of things. And then when COVID came, people had a lot of time at home. They tried new things. They were trying new recipes. And we see that continuing to evolve as, you bring new consumers into the category. Younger people in the households are buying grills and cooking. So we're excited about where the industry is going.
I mean, one of my favorite things is grilled peaches. I love to grill peaches. It's almost like cobbler without the bread. I love it. And as people explore and stuff, what's the most important thing this company does to grow its customer base? Well, I mean, and that may not be a fair question that way, but I mean, how are you growing your customer base? That's a better way to ask it.
Yeah, well, two ways. One, we develop a wide range of products, right? We still have charcoal grills, we have electric grills, we have gas grills, so we have a range of grills that reach consumers. The second is we're getting more and more involved with social media and presenting those new recipes and those new ideas so we can keep bringing new people into the category.
You use an influencer some, right?
We are. We have a big influencer network, great group of people that we work with.
We'll talk a little bit about the manufacturing, and I know your product, you have a significant relationship with China. A lot of your business is out of there. There is a geopolitical piece to that puzzle now. Tell me a little bit about what is happening in China and how that impacts Charbroil and your business.
Yeah, you've seen how there's been these tensions between China and Taiwan and the United States, and we feel that within our supply chain. I mean, it certainly slows things down. There's complexity. It's hard to understand where the shift is going. We've been working diligently over the last 18 months to move manufacturing. In fact, over the last year, we've increased our production outside of China to 30% of our current production. So it's been moving rapidly, working through challenges with the supply chain. Grills are big items. The closer we can get that product to the consumer, which would be here in the United States, and if we can make it closer and closer, the better. So we're working constantly to try to figure out how to bring manufacturing closer to our base.
I mean, you're a CEO sitting here in Columbus, Georgia, but you really are impacted by what's happening around the world. I mean, when you go through that, what keeps you up at night?
First of all, our employees. I mean, we have a base in Europe, and they're struggling with a tough economy and a war going on between Ukraine and Russia, so worry about them. Second of all, we do have a group in Asia and how these geopolitical tensions play out with them. And then even here in the United States, we're still getting over the COVID situation and trying to figure out how to keep our employees safe and transitioning into this more remote hybrid work environment. So thinking about our employees first and how they stay engaged and passionate about our business is the number one concern.
How many employees do you have, Tom?
Yeah, we're over 300 globally, and right here in the state of Georgia, we have over 200 employees. So we still call this home. It's still our focus. It's where we're adding our innovation skills, and we're looking to grow that base.
As you bring more manufacturing out of China, Is there a chance that Georgia, Columbus gets a piece of that?
We sure hope so. It's all a challenge with getting a supply chain set up to support it. Grills take big manufacturing facilities. They take a range of suppliers. This would be a great location if we can make that happen. So we're working to constantly figure out how to get closer to Columbus.
Last question, we're getting toward the end of this, but I really appreciate your time. But one of the things that strikes me is Charbroil is part of the W.C. Bradley broader family. You have worked with family-owned businesses before in the past. How is a family-owned business different from a publicly traded business?
There are two fundamental things, and it's a big reason why I came to the company. The first is a belief in how you run the business. It's not just the bottom line, it's not making a quarter. It's about running a really strong organization that's going to be here for a long time and making sure you do that in a very ethical, sound way. So that's one. And two, I think it's the willing to take chances around innovation or new products and thinking about what this means to the next generation that may be taking over the business, but constantly evolving the business so that it's stronger in the future than it was in the past.
Do you like your job?
I love it. I love it. Nothing better than the people I work with, and obviously standing out there on the patio and cooking and being with customers, and you do the same thing, you do cookouts. It's a lot of fun.
No Philly traffic either.
No Philly traffic. This is a great place to be.
Well, you've been watching another Sunday Conversation. We've been with Tom Penner. Tom's the CEO of Charbroil. I almost gave you a promotion. CEO of Charbroil. He's been kind enough to sit down with us this week. Come back next week. We'll have somebody else in that chair. Who knows where we'll be now.